So I want to ask you a few questions before I continue. So my first question is, what are the two types of riba? The two types of riba, the two broad categories of riba. That only needs a 5 count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Two broad categories of riba are riba in sales and riba in loans. Which of those two is the more famous one? Between riba in sales and riba in loans, which one of those two is more famous than the other to the Muslims? It's loans, that's right. So one person said sales. Loans is the most famous one. All the Muslims know that you can't take interest for a loan. Now, what you need to know also is that interest comes in many forms, even for a loan. Maybe we'll talk about that today. Like, I'll give you the loan, but you work for me for free or for below market price, or you sell to me for below market price or something else. All of that is interest on a loan. Meaning, if it's loan means you're going to get your money back. The principal amount that you gave, you want it back. And now you want something else on top of that too. That's the interest. So there's riba in loans and there's riba in sales. Now let's focus on riba in sales. This is where you need to be strong. All the Muslims know about riba and loans. But riba and sales, so many Muslims are weak in this issue. So riba and sales. My question to you here is, what types of money are targeted by riba in sales? What types of money are targeted by riba in sales? We'll do a 5 count for that too. 5, 4, 3. Said adding extra on the sale. What type of money is targeted by riba in sales? So we say your money, like we said, money is anything with monetary value. So 3, 2, 1. I think some of you know, but you're just not typing. MashaAllah. But if you know and if you wouldn't mind, you should type. This will benefit all of the group, inshallah ta'ala. We're all working together here. And it benefits the teacher too. It's more encouraging for me to know that as a group, you are progressing and you're not just forgetting something that you're hearing. So, the type of money targeted by riba in sales, the type of money targeted by riba in sales is two categories: bullion and food. Or if you want, you could say food stuff. Food includes many things, even spices and um, what do you call ketchup and mustard and stuff like that. I forgot what you call it. All of that is food. So if you want, you could say food stuff. Condiments, yes, thank you. So bullion and food. Bullion and food. These are the types of money targeted by riba in sales. My next question is, what is bullion? This only needs 5 count also. What is bullion? 5. Gold and silver. Okay, correct. Gold and silver. That's correct. Some people said gold. Gold and silver. That's correct answer. Or if you want, you could say gold or silver. Either way, you could say that. Okay. Now, so before I ask my next question, let's clarify some things. When we say food or food stuff, that does not include, there's 3 things, you're taking notes inshallah. There's 3 things that you can exclude from being food. One is animal food. Because when we say food here, it means human food. So animal food is not subject to riba in sales. So dog food, cat food, etc. 2, bones. Bones are not human food. 3, animals. When I say animal, means alive. Animals are not human food. Not while they're alive, yani. You don't call it food while it's alive. Okay. And also, I asked this question a few minutes ago. What type of money is targeted by riba in sales? So I want to ask this question here. It just came to my mind to ask you. Name me some kind of money that's not targeted by riba in sales. Name for me some kinds of money that's not targeted by riba in sales. I want to see your answers. So you're going to tell me 2 or 3 or 4 kinds of money that's not targeted by riba in sales. Animals, correct. Animals are money. Yani means the ones that are money. Dogs aren't money. And some exotic things also are not money, like maybe you have a tarantula or something like that, or praying mantis. That's not money. What else? What's another type of money that's not subject to riba in sales? So when we say animals are not subject to riba in sales, means you can sell 1 cow for 2 cows, and you could sell 1 cow now for 2 cows later. What else? What's another kind of money not subject to riba in sales? 5, 4, 3, 2. Say grapes. I'm not sure. Did you mean grapes? Grapes. Aren't grapes food? 3, 2, 1. So you have, for example, you said body armor. Okay. What I was waiting for or looking for any of you brothers and sisters to say is, for example, to give me some different types, like real estate, or even if you said land, that's type of money. Real estate, buildings, or what some people call property, but property, and that word here is not good. Uh, Clothing, I mean, wafikum. Clothing, that's money. Slaves, that's money. And anything else that has monetary value. Yes, automobiles. Mm-hmm. cars and things, boats, maybe even horse-drawn carriage, for example, or anything else you might have. Maybe you have timber. That means wood. That's money, etc. Okay. So now I want to ask you, how many types of riba sales are there? I'm not asking you to name them for me. I'm just asking you for a number. How many types of riba sales are there? I think that only needs 5 count. I'm willing to give you a 10 count. Someone said 2. That's the wrong answer. 10. 3. That's correct answer. 3 types of riba sales. Okay, so let's name them. I'll let anyone name any one of them. I'm not going to ask you to name for me all 3, though I would love to ask you that. But I think if I ask you that, maybe you're not going to answer me. And I feel disheartened when you don't answer me. So I'll ask you an easier question. Barakallahu fikum. Riba al-qard is not sale. Sorry, no, you missed one. Riba al-qard, riba nasa, not nisa. And riba al-yad, one of those, it's not the one. You missed one. That's why you don't underestimate people, though, really. I try not to underestimate people. Yeah, there you go. That's right. Someone gave all 3. Riba al-yad, riba al-fadl, and riba nasa. That's correct. Spelled out there also. So, al-yad means hand, as you know. This is in reference to exchanging at the same time. Al-fadl means excess, surplus. This is in reference to not having the same measure on both sides. One side has more than the other. And an-nasa means delay. And this is in reference to a condition or a provision put into the deal. Whether or not you actually execute this condition is another thing. But the mere condition itself is riba, the condition to delay. Good. So this is all coming together now. So we have these 3 types of riba. And you know what type of money is targeted by riba in sales. All these 3 types of riba target bullion and foodstuff. Foodstuff includes medicine too. It includes coffee and tea leaves. You know you're not going to eat the coffee beans though. So these 3 types of riba target these 2 types of money, bullion and foodstuff. Here's a question for you. Do bullion and foodstuff cross each other in the rules of riba and sales? Do bullion and foodstuff cross each other? Do they intersect in riba of sales? That's worth a 10 count, but I'll give it to you. I'll give you only a 5 count. 5, 4, 3. Answer is no. That's correct answer. They don't cross each other. That means you can exchange bullion for food. There's no riba here. So when we talk about these types of riba in sales targeting bullion and food stuff, we're talking about selling bullion for bullion. That's one side. Or food stuff for food stuff. That's the other side. And that's it. They don't cross. Not bullion for food stuff. And not any other kind of money. Not slaves, not animals, not clothing, not real estate. So, question. Can you sell gold for silver without them having the same measure on both sides? Can you sell gold for silver without them having the same measure on both sides? 5, 4. Yes, that's correct answer. You can sell gold for silver without them having the same measure on both sides because although they're both bullion, it's not the same kind of bullion on each side. So it's permissible then to sell one for the other without equality on both sides. They don't have to measure the same. But there's two other conditions that need to be fulfilled since it is bullion for bullion, which is you can't have a condition to delay, nor can you actually delay. They don't have to be equal on both sides, but you can't have a condition to delay, nor can you actually delay. That means you have to exchange your bullion in the same session with no condition of delay. And it goes the same for food stuff. So, can you sell rice for raisins without them having the same measure on both sides? Can you sell rice for raisins without them having the same measure on both sides? And someone else give me the answer besides the one who just gave me the answer for that. Yes, correct answer. Because even though they're both foodstuffs, not the same kind, but you still have the other two conditions. You can't make a condition to delay, and you can't actually delay. So you have to exchange your foodstuff in the same session. And so you should understand then that if it's gold for gold, or silver for silver, or one kind of foodstuff for the same kind, then you need to make sure it has the same measure on both sides. And you can't have a condition to delay, nor can you actually delay. All of that right there is the synopsis of the chapter of Riba in sales. What I was going to say is, you need to be mindful when you're dealing with food that has ingredients, multiple ingredients. Yani, avoid exchanging some food with multiple ingredients for some other food with multiple ingredients. Trying to match the measurement on both sides might not be possible, might not be achievable, like a bag of chips for a bag of chips. Even if it says on the bag, net weight 1 ounce or whatever is there. And you can't be sure that it's the same salt in there in both sides. If it has a flavor that has the same flavor, like sour cream and onion flavor for some potato chips, for example, you can't be sure it's the same on both sides. Whatever salt. So you're going to avoid that. All right, so I lost track of the numbers there, but you guys, you did step it up. I think you passed. I think you answered more than half. May Allah Ta'ala bless you and grant you more knowledge, and me too. Ameen.